Quick question for you. Have you ever almost missed a poker tournament and then ended up cashing anyway? Lovely day, poker enthusiast. Let me tell you what happened last night at Sal's room, because there's a story in this one that I really like. One of the players actually messaged me after the game and said, "Phil, if you need something for the scoop tomorrow, here's what happened." So here's his story, exactly how it unfolded. Samien finishes work at 5:45. He texts Mike Hines asking if there's still room in the 3K added tournament. Mike says there might be a few spots left. So Samien races down Topsail Road, gets there just in time. He said if he was 1 minute later, registration would have been closed. And then, what does he do? No flips, no wild all-ins, just solid poker. Finishes second in chips and ends up in a four-way chop.
Well, I'll tell you what that is. That's what we call the last-minute heater.
Yeah.
Fell out of work, burned rubber down Topsail Road, slid in the chair like he was late for church. Next thing you know, he's scooping chop money.
And that tournament turned into a big one. The 3K added game pulled 52 players with 23 rebuys. So the room was packed. Aaron Parsons locked up the official second place payout, and then the rest of the prize pool gets chopped up four ways. Rick King, Samien Asef, Will Combden, and Karen Coates each walk away with $14.60.
Rick King in the chop again, boy.
Yeah.
That man got more chops than Chinese buffet. I'm starting to think he got a secret with the poker gods.
What I really love about that story, though, is this. Samien sending the message. That's exactly the kind of thing that builds the scoop. If you've got a moment from the night, a crazy hand, or something funny that happened at the table, send it my way. It helps tell the story of the room.
Careful what you wishes for now. Once the boys start sending hand stories, we'll be here 3 or 4 hours every morning. Phil, I had pocket deuces and the fella sneezed before the flop.
All right, let's jump online because Sunday was busy on ClubGG as well. The Sunday Shuffle pulled 51 players and 12 rebuys, and the 60 seat goes to Mr. Univar. Over in the Montreal Step 1, we had 46 players and 6 rebuys, and the Step 2 ticket was taken down by Ice Cream Man. The Daily Freebuy had 52 players and 12 rebuys, and Eager Beaver grabs the ticket there.
Eager Beaver, eh? Sounds like a fellow who's been grinding satellites since dial-up internet.
Then we had the Sunday Showdown. 20 players, 12 rebuys, and it came down to 4 of us battling for those 550 seats. I'm sitting there with 162,000 in chips, and Eileen's the short stack with about 105,000. I look down at Ace King. Eileen jams. I make the call. She tables pocket jacks. The flop comes 8 of hearts, 4 of hearts, king of spades. I spike the king and start celebrating.
And that's when the poker gods lean down and whispers, "Hold me beer, Philip."
The turn is the 5 of hearts. And immediately, I know what's coming. River brings the 10 of hearts, and Eileen hits the flush with the jack of hearts in her hand.
Boom! Heart River. That's what we call the Newfoundland love letter from the deck, boy.
4 hands later, I get the rest of my stack in, 42,000 chips, with ace 3 of diamonds. Ryan Fitzgerald, he's in second place with chip. He makes the call with 4-3 of clubs. Flop comes jack of diamonds, king of spades, 4 of diamonds. So I've got the draw, and he's got the pair. Turn and River run out queen of hearts, 2 of spades, and that's the end of my run. I take 4th place money for 110, while Eileen, Ryan, and Joey lock up the 550 seats for April 4th.
Ryan Fitzgerald calling with the 4-3 suited. That's not poker, boy. That's spiritual warfare.
Now let's talk about something that's starting to become a regular storyline around here. The Run Good You Legend free roll is going to kick off every Saturday starting March the 8th. It's a guaranteed $50 prize pool. Entry is completely free. And if you want, you can rebuy to build the prize pool. The password gets posted for Facebook subscribers. So let me ask you something. Are you jumping into the free roll on March 28th? Maybe you're the first Run Good You Legend champion.
First champion, eh?
Yeah.
Watch now. It'll be some fella named Pocketfish69 who never spoke in chat once, and suddenly he's the legend of the harbor.
Before we wrap up, quick look at what's coming up. At Sal's room this week, you've got the usual cash action rolling, satellites building towards the big game tonight, and the next big online seats continuing to feed into that April 4th 550 event. Online, you'll see the daily Freebuys, the Montreal steps, and the Sunday majors continuing to stack up those seats.
I'm telling you now, boy, somebody's going to satellite into that April 4th game for the $20 and walk out with the whole lot. I can smell it in the cards.
And that's the beauty of this whole ecosystem. Satellites feeding bigger events, players sending in stories from the tables, and the community building the story together. Because at the end of the day, Sal's Scoop isn't just about the results, it's about the people behind them. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and run good, you legend.